Hey, thanks for tuning in. My name is Darren Sutton, and today we talk to Jason Foster of onbeer.org.
I've always argued that you define craft based upon the approach that they make to the making of the beer, and how they approach marketing beers. And I argue that honesty, integrity, and openness, and transparency are key principles. A craft brewer is going to be honest with you about what they've done. Right? They're going to be honest about you about what's in it. Sure, they're going to try and sell it. They're still going to try and say, "Oh, best beer in town." They might still do that. That's fine. That's marketing. That's the world. But at the end of the day, they're going to let the beer speak for itself. They're not going to lie to you about what the beer is. One of my favorite drums to bang is that Alexander Keith's is not an IPA. It's not an India Pale Ale. It's not even an ale. It's a pale lager. It's exactly like Molson Canadian, right?
Said that the only things that can be in a beer is barley, malt, water, and yeast, and hops. Do you think that this has really slowed down the industry? Around the time that the law came in?
Well, I mean, to understand the Reinheitsgebot, which is the purity law. I just like saying Reinheitsgebot. In 1516, it was actually quite necessary. It was actually the world's first consumer protection law. Because at the time, unscrupulous brewers were throwing all sorts of things, including poisons and harmful ingredients into their beer. So people were getting sick. People were dying from bad beer, and it wasn't because of what naturally occurs in beer; it's the stuff that was being added to it. And so that led to a real darn good reason to create this note. You can only have these ingredients. I think historically it was actually really important for beer. In the 1500s and the 1600s, it allowed for some sort of sense of reliability. One of the big hurdles and one of the big struggles that any kind of beer scene or any city who wants to have a vibrant beer culture has is getting over that hurdle of understanding that local beer is just as good as other beer, right? The places where I've been would have the most alive beer culture also have very devout commitment to their local beer. Like, you can't go into a pub in Brooklyn and not find a handful of beers that are all made within 50 miles. While you go into an average bar in Edmonton, you'll be lucky if you can find one tap, right? In fact, most places you won't find any. And that's a problem, because that stunts growth. And so there needs to be an openness and a willingness in pubs and in liquor stores to be able to talk about, to have availability of local product and have people realize that not only is beer good, but that I'm supporting the local economy. I'm supporting that guy who's down 99th Street, right? And brewing up some beer. Another piece that people don't realize, part of that import versus local debate, is that people on the local side argue, well, you're getting the beer at its best. Beer doesn't travel well. Right? Beer is when you send it 5,000 kilometers halfway around the world or whatever, you're going to receive it in less than ideal condition. Because beer doesn't like to be shipped. Most beer, not all beer, but most beer prefers to be consumed fresh or young, right? Less than 6 months old. There are exceptions, of course. The barley wines and big imperial stouts and stuff.
But IPAs with tons of hops.
Exactly. But most beer likes to be served fresh. So if it's lost 2 months in transit, it's not in its best shape, right? It's not in ideal condition. While if you buy something from a brewery that was brewing beer, in St. Albert or down 99th Street or downtown, you're getting a beer that at worst, it's a couple weeks old. Like if they just tapped the keg, you're getting something that came off the lines 2 days ago, right? So it's as fresh as it can get. And that's something that people don't pay attention to, right? Because they don't think about beer as being alive. They don't think about beer as being something that has a temporary shelf life.